Welcome back, everybody, to Plaid Couch Reads Reddit Stories. Today, I found a Reddit post on r/dating.
Oh.
Who better to give advice than three single people? How do you feel about a woman being the breadwinner? I'm at the point in life that I usually make more than the men I date. I'm still very conditioned to think that a man should make more, but I've seen several successful relationships where the woman is the main provider. As long as he is ambitious and had a job he enjoys, I'm now more comfortable being the main provider. What is your opinion on this?
Why are we still having these conversations? Like,
Because Matthew.
Me? What did I do?
I just like, who cares? Like, if you guys are married and somebody's making more money and it's okay with you guys, leave it at that.
I've said this. I would be fucking ecstatic if my wife was the breadwinner.
Who wouldn't be? Like, if their partner like was like, hey, actually, I'm making more money than you, and you can kind of just, you know.
I don't know why this person is so fixated on being conditioned to that.
Because that's how society has worked.
Yeah.
Where most of,
Well,
like,
we live in a society. I'll tell you that.
I don't know, like it sucks that we're conditioned to think that way.
Wait, let me get a clip for the TikTok, Jalen. No, women should not make more than men. I refuse. When I first read that post, I was like, oh, some dude is.
The plot twist was the woman. But
Yes.
a lot of women still think that way
Yeah.
because it's how like our society is conditioned.
Yeah, I would be ecstatic because
Yeah.
I don't make great money. I make
Mhm.
good money enough to pay for my bills and my mortgage and all that stuff. To have another income on top of that, if it's more,
Yeah. Well,
I'm
instead of
doing victory laps.
instead of thinking of it as the breadwinner, just like, oh, you give us the fun money that we can do fun stuff
The dual
with.
Right.
income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our money.
Yeah.
But
But also, like, if we're thinking about like why women think this way is like also, and I'm thinking in America because
Yeah.
we live in America. I don't really know what it's like in other countries and their whole setup. So if I'm wrong, people can let me know. But like,
get down in the comments.
get freaky in the comments.
Get
On video.
educational. Get educational
but,
down in the
like-
comments.
Women couldn't have bank accounts till like the mid 70s. So, you know, and a lot of women, if you had a bank account, you had to like have your husband's signature on it. Like, and they had to approve any funds that were coming in and out of that. And like, a lot of these women who lived like that are still alive. And that's why these ideals are still around. And it sucks that people are still asking these questions. Like, it gets frustrating, but it's like, it's multiple factors. It's not just like, oh, like one person told this woman that like her husband needs to be the breadwinner. It's like people have been like shoving this down women's throats and men and
Now Jaylene.
people, but it's just like things we've dealt with forever.
Jaylene, what if you got in a relationship and you were the breadwinner as of right now?
We'd be fucked because I don't make that much money. I'm with you. I make good money. Like, I can pay my bills. But like, if my husband was like, "You're the breadwinner," like, I'm gonna stay home and take care of the kids, I'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna have to file for bankruptcy." Like, actually, like, you need to bring in
You better
something.
get out there and start selling lemonade with our
and
kids.
it's even like, listen, even if I had a partner who like made less money than me, I don't make enough to be considered the breadwinner. It's like, yeah, we're both making money. It's not a lot. Nobody's the breadwinner in this household. At this point in time, it just is not happening with me personally.
I think what the poster put in there about as long as they're still showing ambition towards stuff
Mhm.
and getting money shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a lot on like Reddit where people post, I make this much money. I'm dating someone who only makes this much money. I expect them to do more around the house.
And
How
that's
many
fair.
hours do they work though?
Yeah.
It's like if you're working 60, 70 hours a week, but you're still making less, it's like, yeah, you're just in that line of work
Right.
where someone could work 40 hours a week and make millions.
Right.
So
It just depends where you are, and it just
Yeah.
comes down to like communication.
Mhm.
Like, there's no like one size fits all answer. But and like, I know people who like are married and their husband works and and they don't.
Yeah.
But a lot of them like have hobbies or like have little side hustles. Like
Yeah.
I know a lot who like do like craft shows.
Yeah.
And like
I was gonna
I'm
say-
sure that doesn't make a ton of money, but it's like clearly it's working in their marriage, so good for them.
I was gonna say with Etsy and all that stuff,
Yeah.
it's like,
Etsy's great.
yeah, that just creates a whole nother market for people. It's like, yeah, I don't need a full-time job, but this is enough to give us some fun money
Right.
to go out and have a good time every now and again. Matthew, I feel you season up at the thought of women being equal.
Always. More than season.
I see you gripping the mic, just got so many thoughts.
No, actually, I was thinking about in my own household, how would I want to split up the money with my significant other? Because, I think because I live on my own now, I know I make enough money to pay for my bills and stuff. I would love that dynamic where I'll keep paying for the bills and the money that my significant other makes just, put in the savings or whatever, because I'm all about, I'm all about gaining money instead of losing it. It's really hard to do that.
You gotta quit going to the strip clubs, my guy.
Huh? My ideal thing as far as that is I'll keep paying the bills, and my wife or girlfriend or whatever, she can just keep building her bank account, because I already make enough as it is to go by our basic needs.
Jaylene?
I mean, it just comes down to like
Yeah.
whatever your personal preference is. I mean, I'm sure that works for some people. I would personally, that's just me. I don't want everybody to think I'm speaking for like all women. I wouldn't want to not pay any bills, even if I know it was going to like cut myself off. Even if I don't know. I like the feeling of like
Still
contributing to
contributing.
something.
Yep.
I do get what you're saying, and it's like I know couples who do that, and it's like that makes sense for them. Me personally, it's like if I didn't pay like the electric bill, I would be like, yeah, no, that just doesn't sit right with me. But like, we talked about this kind of on like a previous podcast episode. I think we were talking about like paying on dates.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm also the same person where if I'm very casually seeing somebody and I go on a second or third date, I kind of get weird when I'm not paying
Yeah.
for anything. That's just how I am personally.
And I think both ways are fair.
Right.
It comes down to communicating. In my mind, I'm kind of in the same boat as Matthew, where it's like I can handle stuff. Where if they have college, a debt that they have to pay off, any other debts, I would much rather them save up to pay that stuff off first, and then we can split the cost down, because having college debt and all that is such a weight, especially for people who are going to get married and all that. It's one of those things that creeps up on you, and you're like, it's just thousands upon thousands of
Right.
dollars. So if they're able to pay that all off while they can, then that's fantastic.
I think it makes a difference too when they're not like just blowing their money on stuff.
Exactly.
Like if they're showing they're being responsible with their money and that's something that you guys agreed on,
Yeah.
then like yeah, that's fair. But
Pay off your debts, get groceries to start, and then once the debt's paid off, we'll start splitting bills. But yeah, it all comes down to communication. I don't think there needs to be a stigma about,
Yeah.
my wife makes more than me, I failed as a man.
yeah,
I think that's stupid.
Yeah.
Because you don't necessarily need to even share bank accounts. It's just that I'm gonna put quotes around shared income, because you should be working together to provide. And even if it's still in the dating phase, it shouldn't matter. And I think as a society, we've all kind of grown realizing that there's still parts of the world that see it that way, but I money's money. It don't matter who's making what.
Yeah. Like it sucks that rhetoric is still out there, but also like we have come a long way. Like, you know, women can have their own bank accounts, and like some couples are married and like they have complete separate finances, and it's like that's stuff that was unheard of, you know, 70 years ago. So there is progress there for sure. It sucks that we are still having conversations like this.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's also a good thing too to just kind of get everybody somewhat on the same page.
Yeah, but if my wife ever makes more than me, I'm gonna be pissed. And on that note, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Leave a comment down below.
Give your wife a hug and some flowers.
Let us know if you're the breadwinner down in the comments. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Stay single. You always be the breadwinner.
Damn wisdom.